There's the opening whistle, and we're underway for this Premiership de Montreal match between Montreal 67 and Sasquatch. My name is Graham Naismith with you on the commentary, and we have Sasquatch in their all dark uniforms moving from right to left on your screen, and Montreal 67 in all white moving in the opposite direction. We are at Percival Molson Memorial Stadium, as always, for these Premiership de Montreal matches. And it should be an intriguing one here, as we see a team changing over there, a team that just finished their earlier match. Montreal 67, if you look at the standings, they look to be a doormat team, or a floor mat team, as they say, but based on their style of play, based on how they've been playing, they're anything but, as they've been hanging around in recent games. Meanwhile, Sasquatch are very much pushing for the playoffs, and there's a loose man at the back post here if they can find him. Instead, it's a line drive, and it's dealt with by 67. But yeah, Montreal 67, they've hung around against some stronger teams. They hung around against Verdansk, who are the top team in the league thus far this season. While Sasquatch, play right on, says our official Albert Zabili, as there was calls for a handball there. Sasquatch, they've struggled to score goals at times, but they've shown they're a very strong team. They're pushing for the playoffs, as I said. Battling for it here. Montreal 67 trying to get on it. Sasquatch are a younger team, lots of energy. They're able to keep competing right till the end. Looks like they've conceded a foul here. And 67, that's a line drive up the field, and again dealt with by Sasquatch. 67, they will score goals. It's not like we saw maybe last year where there was a team called Sky United FC that just struggled at both ends of the pitch, couldn't score goals, couldn't keep the ball out of their own net. 67 will score. They just seem to lose a lot of games, 6-3 and stuff like that. And here comes Sasquatch right away, spraying it out wide here. It's going to be a good shooting opportunity. Instead, he puts it across, and it hits a defender to slow it down, and then his teammate was able to get on there. I'm surprised he didn't try to put that one into the back of the net. It was a great opportunity with the goalkeeper staying home and no real defender putting any pressure on him. And here comes 67 looking to make them pay. Trying to spring it through. The defense is over there, and they're going to get a fortunate bounce as it bounces off of an attacker and out of play. Can't quite tell which team that is that's just filing out of the stadium here. It could even have been maybe a group that was using the field before the Premiership de Montreal started this match. Keeper playing it out to the right back, and we get a good look at our venue, Percival Molson Memorial Stadium. We're in Montreal, Canada, which has a rich soccer community here in the Premiership de Montreal, and the Canadian Corporate Soccer League certainly a part of it. And here's 67 trying to take advantage of a turnover, but it's got right back from Sasquatch. Left-footed ball up the field. Good one to run onto if they've got the pace. Bumps him. The official didn't see anything wrong with it, and it's going to be a corner kick. A physical collision there as two players going full on for the ball, collided shoulder to shoulder. And the official didn't see anything wrong with it, and I tend to agree with him on that one. That looked to be just a clean soccer play. So now a corner kick coming up, right footer to take inside the first 5 minutes. No one really hassling the goalkeeper here, as it's lofted in there and a nice rising header to clear it away. Good press being put on here by 67 as they swarm the man with the ball, and they've won themselves a throw-in. And he just dribbled it out of bounds there. And there was something that looked a bit off about that throw-in, I must say. And it looks like he's been whistled back for the foul throw. Just kind of looked a bit odd. And foul throws. Oh, look at that move. Nice bit of skill there. Doesn't look like it's going to come to much, though. I was about to say it's really been a long run on foul throws in the league this season. It seems like every game there's 2 or 3. Don't understand how. Some teams are worse than others. I don't think I've seen FC United go 2 throw-ins without giving up possession with a foul throw this season. Other teams, it's less of an issue. Here comes Sasquatch, trying to use their pace, and it's a sliding intervention. Unorthodox looking, but it did the job, and it got the ball out of play. Good bit of work trying to break through there, but the defense holds strong and puts it pretty much right back where they started from, with the throw-in about 20 yards away from goal. Just behind the stands that we're looking at right now, and a bit to our right, is Forbes Field, which is another artificial surface owned by McGill University that the Canadian Corporate Soccer League used for a number of years. Don't know if they're still using it or not, but it's a personal favorite of mine. The surface isn't great, if I'm honest with you, but it's right next to a residence for McGill Universities. So when you get to around the time of year, like September, when students are back and stuff, and the sun goes down pretty early, it's pretty cool because the residence is like right there next to the field. It's like pretty much, if we were looking here, the residence is more or less where the running track is, just along the sideline. And it's pretty cool when you see the lights on at dusk and the big building right there. It's unique. And then of course you look over behind one of the goals and you see part of Molson Stadium and also downtown. And it's a unique venue. And this, of course, where we are right now, is certainly unique too. Nice poke out. Wasn't quite able to get it out of his feet, and the defense is going to gather it right back. Although he's being hassled here. And a couple of moves, maybe a few too many moves as he's banked it out of play, but it is going to be still with Montreal 67. This will be a big opportunity for them to pick up points, I think. Sasquatch, really a bubble team. They'll be fighting tooth and nail for every point, every goal to try to make the playoffs. And if 67 want to pick up some points, they'll have to do it against teams like this, because Verdansk, we saw them play recently, Verdansk and Montreal 67, and Verdansk just the better team. Through and through. 67 hung around as they tend to do, but Verdansk was just the far superior team, both skill-wise, technically. And here comes now a defender hopping up into the attack. He's going to try that through ball, but it's easily picked off. Now he's caught out of position a bit as they play it down the line to run onto. Poking it past, but then there's a recovery made. And, when you see a defender step up like that into the play, they need a midfielder or someone to track back and cover up. Didn't quite look like they had that there. A crowded penalty area here for the corner inside the first 10 minutes. This one short, looking to flick it on, and then it's cleared up the pitch. Sasquatch showing a very aggressive look there, as usually whether there's an attacker present or not, there's usually a defender hanging around the halfway line, maybe a bit inside the attacking third. But in that case, they were all very much up. And now here's a turnover. 67 looking to pounce on this one. He's opened up a shooting lane for himself. Defender there to knock him off, and then that one hit the goalpost. Looks like it did, but a real opportunity there for 67. He did well to creates some space for himself, a clear shooting lane, and it looked like he whacked it right off the post. Went out for a goal kick, so I assume that's what happened. But some life for Montreal 67. Can't pick a winner thus far in this one. Here's 67 again. Turning on the ball. Long drive. That one he got under a bit. 67 have scored a couple of long shots this season. You can recall a volley. A nice long volley that they scored against White Eagles earlier in the year. And that was a pivotal goal as it, I believe, tied up the game, or it got them within one goal. So they fancy the long shot. That one right through the field goal uprights, though, and the Sasquatch keeper strolling back to gather the ball. Don't think we've actually had a foul yet today, if I can recall. High line here if they can play it through, but he was closed down well and there was no opportunity to get that ball forward. Good control at the chest. Ooh, there's a loose man on this near side. Just needs a poke to get it to him, and that's what they were looking for. But the unfortunate, really, for the attack there is the defender was all turned around, didn't know what to do, and ended up hitting off his feet. Here comes Sasquatch now. Heavy touch. Is he going to have the pace to keep it in? He does, but then he runs through the corner flag. Is that going to be a goal kick or a throw-in? Looks like it's a goal kick. There's another ball. They're really trying to exploit this, will be their right flank, our near flank, and the goalkeeper calm there, just letting it roll out of play. They've really been trying to move it down this near side, though. Have Montreal 67. And there, just behind the goal, we see those white tents. Those are used by the Montreal Alouettes football team, professional football team. And they'll be getting underway, their season underway very shortly. Won't have a home game until the middle of August, I don't think. But that league's starting up, which is good to see. 9 teams across the country, including one right here in Montreal. It was actually the Alouettes that, I forget exactly how it worked, to be honest with you, but they, in some way, were able to make an expansion to this stadium just behind us. You can't see it on camera, and you probably won't. But behind us, they added a second deck to the stands, and it really made the stadium, really grew the stadium. Gave it that professional feeling, and so now we've got a double-decker really behind us. So there's the one big stand in front of us, and then there's a double-decker behind us, and that increase of capacity happened maybe about 10 years ago, as that football team was very, very successful for a stretch there, winning the league championship 2 years in a row. What do Sasquatch have going here? Can they release one of their speedy forwards? Instead, they decide to move up leisurely. No one really in the midfield to go to. All the players were up high there. It's good to have options in front, but he needed something square on that occasion. Again, they spray it to this near side. They're just having their way down this flank. Onto it now. Playing it across. This one knocked backwards. Goalkeeper gets that one. That one actually off a Sasquatch player and into his keeper's hands, but clearly unintentional. Driving forward, both teams just bypassing the midfield. They're all attack and they're all defense. One team that would exploit that would be Verdansk. Their midfield play is exceptional, and we saw that against Montreal 67. Still haven't seen a foul call today, and the official emphatic that time that the player get up. That one a bit too heavy for the defender making the overlap to get onto. "16 minutes, no fouls." That's something, especially for a pretty physical league like the Premiership de Montreal. Shoving the back there. Again, nothing doing. That one flicked on smartly with the head. Nice turn on the ball. Smart body positioning. We'll have a job to do to get by this defender, however. Cutting inside, trying to put it back, and it's right into the feet of his opposition. Looking for something long here. 3 players up. No one really in the box, though. He'll take this man on 1v1. Thinks better of it. Cuts back. First time drive. Good decision to get that shot in. Looked like it was going to go wide, but the keeper gets his hand to it anyways. You wonder how the keeper saw that through that maze of bodies. But it's out for a corner kick. Second of the game for Sasquatch. There's a line drive corner. Up for the heads. Stays in here, and they're onside. There's a low shot cleared away by a defender. When the box is so crowded like that, any shot is more or less going to be blocked, whether it be intentionally by the defense or unintentionally by an attacker who's still in there. And they'll recycle this all the way back to their own keeper. And the player offside that time. Or actually, they're going to say there was a foul. So the first foul of the game, 18 minutes in. The official having a word with a 67 player. And this one pretty much right on the 40-yard line. We'll see if they can pick someone out in the box. That one up. Not quite away just yet. Now it is knocked away. It's one of the things over there about the stands on the far side. The ball never seems to actually get caught in them, fortunately. Clear it all the way up the stands, and it's not like you have to run up all the stairs. It always seems to find a way to bounce down. Sounds like there's a change being brewed. There's a long shot just over. Came out of nowhere. And the keeper left grasping at air. Well, there you have it. An early sub being made for the team in white just 20 minutes into the match. Looking down the line, the defender happy to get there to knock it up into the stands. This one doesn't look like it's coming down quite so quickly, so they'll grab a replacement ball and get things back underway. Clearance attempt blocked. Keeper off his line. Ooh, just got in there ahead of the on-rushing forward. That would have been a bang-bang play, and I think the forward just pulled out of it at the last moment. But the keeper had to be sure of himself that time. This one over the top. Is it a bit too heavy? Goalkeeper out. Again, it's behind him, but his defender's right there to clear it away. Goalkeeper seemed unsure if he was going to commit to that one or not. Didn't end up getting any piece of it. And his defender bails him out. Nice long throw, looping down into the box. Going to get onto this one. And then it skips through to the keeper. Actually, they're going to say it's a corner kick, so it went out of play. And it's going to be the third corner kick of the match. They've all been to Sasquatch, and they've all been from this corner. Along the turf. Oh my goodness, it skipped through. It was off the player who was covering the post. And it was just kind of bouncing there. It eventually got to the goalkeeper, but when you see a spinning ball on the field turf surface, sometimes raises some questions. Not the worst idea there to try that long drive. The keeper was back into his goal, but whenever you see a turnover like that, you may as well try to catch him out. More or less past the midway point of the first half here and still looking for our first goal. Can't really say there's been any clear-cut chances, can we? Goalkeeper's not really asked to make any strenuous saves apart from ranging out in their box to cut off passes or pick balls off of opponents' feet. Chances at a premium for sure, at least thus far. Couple of moves there. Cutting in. Ball across. Oh, it just goes over. They're going to call it a goal kick, so it was just a clear miss. The defender sliding in surely threw him off. But the first real quality chance, it was a wide open net. And the defender, I don't think he ever got a piece of the ball, but just by throwing himself in there with a wholehearted tackle, he did enough to disrupt the player who was right there on the doorstep with literally nothing between him and the open goal. That one goes down as a miss. Good first touch there, turning himself up the field. There's an overmatch on the other side. That's where they're looking. Needs some good control here. Doesn't quite have it under, and it's going to be gathered by the defense. Actually, it looks like it was offside. But there was definitely an overload there. It looked like it was, or actually, no, excuse me. They're saying it's a corner kick. There was definitely an overload there, though. I think it was a 2v1. They were trying to isolate that right back. And we're going to see a sub coming in. Oh, no, actually, excuse me. They're asking for a ball. Unsure what happened to the other one. Does the player in the corner not have it? Maybe it's not fully inflated or something. Anyways, here we go. First corner for Montreal 67. Looks like they're setting up a short option, but he'll peel away. Swung in there. That's a dangerous one. Goalkeeper punches it away. And his midfielder pokes it past. Always interesting to see a counterattack off a corner, but the defender puts the foot in and stomps that one out. Another good hard tackle. Tackles flying in here. Clean and hard. All ball. And that's a great ball up the pitch. Goalkeeper off his line. Slides in to get it, but he gives it right away, but then it bounces away. Dribbling out here. Playing a low one. They're opened up. One last ball would have done it, but instead it rolls out. Frantic action there. Tackles flying in. Chances on goal. And it's really picked up in the last 5 minutes as the match. No one really committed forward there, so it's easy pickings for the defense. Sasquatch, they rely on the long ball a lot. We'll see if it can work out for them today. Great first touch, and then a good slide tackle puts it out. Will be another corner kick. Those are starting to pile up. This is a low one, giving it right back. Maybe a little designed play here. Puts the move on, but the defender stays right with him. Laying it off now. First time ball in there. It's a good one, headed on, but headed over. Nice ball, first time with the right foot. Looked like he was picking out that man who rose up, but he got under it and it went over. And looks like there was a player who was hobbled there, making his way off the pitch. Actually, is it a hydration break? Looks like that's what he's calling.
Change for the team Montreal 67. With the number 18, substitution to the number 99.
So a quick hydration break, and it shouldn't be any more than a minute or two, and we'll be back to the action momentarily from Percival Molson Memorial Stadium. And we're going to restart things with a Montreal 67 goal kick. Under 15 minutes until the half, unless there's a lot of stoppages added. And a foul there for, I believe, maybe the unofficial term is laddering, using your opponent as a ladder to rise up to get your head on a ball, and they play it across the field. Hard foul there. They restart it quickly on the ground. Oh, good first touch there. Unlucky that it caught his hand. 67 get it going quickly. Both teams not electing to go long off of those free kicks. Offside that time. But instead they want to restart it. They want possession rather than chancing it with a long ball up the field. Oof. Poor play there, and it sounds like a sub's about to come in. I thought that's what they were asking for, but instead it's going to be a 67 throw-in over the top, headed down. And it's up the field. Sasquatch have some numbers here. The goalkeeper recoiling onto his line, cutting it across, takes a couple of deflections, and they'll be happy to concede a corner as they were open at the back.
Change for the team, Sasquatch FC, with the number 20, substitution to the number 14. And with the number 5, substitution to the number 19. And one more change with the number 12, substitution to the number 12.
So a trio of subs for Sasquatch as they get some fresh legs for the final 10-minute push in this first half. To the top of the box here. Long shot, not really close, and it's going to bounce out of play. High one, bouncing keeper will get it to stay in play. And he'll try his own luck sending a long ball up the field this time. Neither team, I don't think, will be too happy with the way they're playing. Chances not really being generated. I'm surprised 67 have really struggled to generate anything. Ball, I think, if we're looking at it, I think the majority of the action is being to our left, meaning that it's in the attacking third of Sasquatch.
Change for the team, Montreal 67, with the number 8, Bamba, substitution
They battle for it there. Moving up the field. A couple of passes being strung together now. Good turn on the ball. Trying to put the moves on the defender, but he was swarmed. Nice job disrupting that counterattack, and it's actually going to be Montreal 67 ball. I'd be curious to kind of see what formations the two teams are playing, because the midfield for either team, that I can't even recall how many times the ball has been on the logo. There's a long drive, speculative effort at best, and it's well out of play. How many times has the ball been on the McGill logo in the middle of the pitch? It seems like everything is going from, to the outside and then trying to cut from the outside in towards the goal. But not a whole lot of play right through the middle of the park. Maybe if one team is able to alter their formation to really dominate that middle of the field, they might be able to get something going. I think at least one of the teams, if I had to guess, will be playing a 4-3-3. That may explain why there's just not a whole lot of action right in the middle of the park. Because usually, if you think about it and you see those heat maps, online on Twitter and stuff where it shows where a player was moving or where the ball was or where the action was throughout the match, usually you see that most of the action's in the middle of the field. That would just be natural, in an evenly matched game. But, and this is a very even game, as we can tell, 0-0. No team really dominating possession or the chances, I don't think. Maybe a slight edge to Sasquatch, but really the ball has not made its way through the middle a whole lot. And when it has gone through the midfield, it's either been, A, in the air, or B, along the flanks. This one all the way back to their keeper, who will settle things down. See, there we go again, trying to bypass the midfield. They go right to the forwards. Looks like they've got it here, as there's a mistake from the defense. Going right down the middle. One more pass here. That's a big one. First time shot. Spilled by the keeper. It's loose, and he pounces back on it. That a nice attacking move as they moved it along laterally. And there was an opening. Not a bad shot on goal. Maybe a bit close to the keeper, who did spill it, as we said, but he was able to pounce back on it. That one's sky high in the air. Difficult for either team to come down with, and unlucky for the 67 player there as he was taking a tumble. Back to his feet, though. Just about 5 minutes to go in this first half. Can either team snatched the lead. Launched into the box. All defense that time, though. Flicked on, no one running for it, though, so the keeper gets down to control it. That pass, nice effort, but not going to reach the intended target that time, as Sasquatch take over in their attacking third. Or just on the edge of their attacking third, I guess, in the attacking side of the pitch, though. That one a little too close to comfort for comfort of hitting our camera. Oof, and he's clipped from behind there. Got his heels. Could we see our first booking? Official is at least going to have a talking to here. Looks like it is going to be our first booking of the match.
team, Montreal 67.
Two-man wall. I don't think he's going to be trying a shot. Here's one where maybe you would poke it just to the player standing to your right, give your team a bit of a different look, but instead they do slice it in, and it's going right to the keeper. Far from dangerous that time. Quick throw-in. It's open down the middle of the field for them. Defense converging, though. They've recovered their shape nicely, and well done on that occasion by the defense. Driving right through the midfield. Hard tackle, but a clean one. He got the ball. Maybe a shout to have for having his studs exposed, but he did get the ball. And some kind of pushing and shoving that the official didn't like. And we're about 2 minutes from half here, and it's going to be Sasquatch ball. Or excuse me, not Sasquatch ball, 67 ball, obviously. And they're the ones who put the free kick up the pitch, but it is now with Sasquatch in their black uniforms. Skipping into the box, knocked away. Good job by that defender rising up into it. He's going to try a shot, didn't really have a shooting lane to take, and they'll recycle it back. Taking the long strike, defense aware there's no one running, let it roll back. Some team will have to change something. Otherwise, this match headed for a 0-0 stalemate. How many chances have we really had? I think there were 2 good ones for Sasquatch. Both of them down the left. Good shooting opportunities. And then I'd say there were 2 for 67 as well. But they were rather tight angle shots. One last chance maybe for Sasquatch. They can push the pace here. Looking over the top. Just a bit heavy, and it's through to the keeper. Well, and now we come together here right on the stroke of half-time. Not sure what caused that. Play never actually stopped, as the ball is still at the keeper, as far as I know. Or it must have stopped, he just handled it. And that'll do it for the first half. An uneventful first 45. And we're back for the second half. It is Sasquatch who get us underway. They're in black, moving from left to right. Montreal 67 in white, attacking in the opposite direction. My name is Graham Naismith on the commentary, as always, for the Premiership division. And if the first half is anything like the second half, we won't be getting any goals in this one, as neither team really able to generate any sort of offense. And I mean, I guess you could say the defense has been good, but you know, stringing together passes in the attacking third has been difficult for both of the teams. And the midfield has been almost non-existent, really. only one booking in the first half, and it came pretty late. In fact, we didn't see a foul called until the 18th minute. I think the referee wasn't happy with the distance allotted by Montreal 67, so he's going to have Sasquatch do it again. Chipped forward, misplayed by the defender, but the keeper's right there to collapse onto the ball. There, just to the right of your screen right now, you could see the Love Competition Hall, which is the indoor track and field facility of McGill University. Also used for indoor soccer, not used by the Canadian Corporate League, but used predominantly by intramural leagues at McGill. And that ball cut out. And it's again with Sasquatch. Good move in close quarters there as he accelerates away, plays it back out. And that player's closed down hard. And it's going to be 67 ball. He thought he had his foot stepped on. And an offensive foul called there as the player impeded with the defender trying to make a play on the ball. This one cut through the middle, knocked forward, hard pushing and shoving there. Surely a foul. No, it's out for a corner kick. Or maybe it's a goal. No, it's a corner kick. Player made no attempt on the ball that time. It was all just pushing and shoving with the arms. And they'll leave this for their chosen penalty, or excuse me, not penalty taker, corner taker. That one towards the back post, rising onto it. Looks like there was a foul in there. None of the corners have been particularly dangerous thus far today. Nice ball forward, but too heavy. The goalkeeper's going to be there. Those balls have got to come from deeper, otherwise the keepers are just going to have easy pickings, just like we saw right there. Both teams just seem to be lacking one creative player in the attack who can really open things up. There's one player on 67, number 8, I believe, is his number, who does a good job with the ball, and he's definitely a difference maker, but no one really for Sasquatch, no one else for 67 who can really, you know, put the team on their back with one moment of brilliance, one individual effort. And I don't think the player I was just talking about, number 8, whose name I don't know, I don't think he's on the pitch right now. That one turned over. Flicked on, flags up, so wouldn't have been a chance anyways. Some physical play there, stepping over the ball. And still 67 goes, but the pass is, oh, it's picked off there. And then he goes down, hit in the face with the arm, inadvertent from the looks of things, but a foul nonetheless. And the official, I think, just explaining his reasoning for not doling out a caution. Or is he telling the player to go off because it was a head injury? They're trying to attempt on goal, are they? And it's into the safe hands of the keeper. And that right there, that play is a microcosm of what separates these teams from a team like Verdansk or Les Elephants. There they were, another foul throw. They were just content to kick the ball out of play. Whereas Verdansk, they would at least make the effort to play it back to their keeper, maintain possession somehow instead of just giving it up rather cheaply. And that's really what separates the upper echelon of the league from the teams we see on the pitch here. Long drive, trying to catch the goalkeeper out, but that was unsuccessful, and the player who got hit in the head is back onto the field. '67 have been seeing a lot of the ball in the early goings in the second half. Seem to be getting on the end of a lot of Sasquatch passes and long balls. Sasquatch have the ball here, though, deep in their defending third. Calls for man on and a foul committed there by Sasquatch. Remember, it took us 18 minutes, I believe, to see our first foul of the game, and the physical play is definitely picked up. Left-footed ball through the middle, collected by the defense and cleared away. A header, trying to run onto his own header there, but a player had the angle, and he's going to get it and again just put it out of play. '67 playing it back to try to move forward. And they are moving forward now, running at the defense, playing it square. It's open for him, and he didn't quite take it quickly enough. Didn't have any concept of exactly how much time he had. He knew he had enough for a first touch, but then would have needed to get the shot off a bit more quickly as a defender closed him down. Corner for '67, looking towards the back post, fighting there. Looked as though there was a push-off, but instead it's out for a goal kick. Something to run onto here for Sasquatch. Good tackle. They're going to call it for a foul, though. Went through the man to get the ball. And a player was down in a heap, now just being helped to his feet. And a free kick more or less from the sidelines for Sasquatch, and the player who was hobbled is actually going to have to head off the pitch. Right-footed ball driven in there, looking for a header. Somehow eluded almost everyone. And it's knocked out. It's opened up here for 67. They've got some numbers forward here. A man in on there on the overlap. Instead, he's going to be selfish and take the shot, and that's an opportunity wasted. They could have got a lot closer to goal and made that chance a lot more dangerous. And here comes Sasquatch with an opportunity to run onto it themselves. Smart layoff. Long drive. Ooh, not far away. Just curled away from the goal, but that was a nice layoff. Being aware of where his teammate was. Nice job creating that play there from Sasquatch. Maybe their best chance of the match. An open look from about 25 yards away.
With the number 14, substitution to the number 10, Giordano Yarani.
Curiously, Sasquatch was actually down a man when they built up that play. As remember, their player went off injured and they hadn't gotten their sub in just yet. High ball, no one home. It's going to be the goalkeepers to gather. .15 minutes into the second half, and it's opening up a bit. Couple of chances, but still looking for a goal in this one. This, unless something drastic changes, will not be a high-scoring affair. That one sliced to Sasquatch, and then, ooh, not a convincing clearance. Cheaply given away. Shot pounced on by the keeper. It was going wide anyways. Through the middle now. Some good width for Sasquatch. Instead, they're going to go direct. Now they spray it out wide. First time shot. Parried away. It's going to be a corner kick. Maybe it would have been a better opportunity to take a touch and try it along the ground back across the face of goal. But if he was going to try the shot, it was going to have to be first time, and he took it, and it wasn't a bad effort. Forcing the goalkeeper to push it around. I think he hit that with the side of his foot, just looking to get some good contact with the ball. And now he'll take his own corner. Good one to rise onto there. Second chance opportunity, he got under it with the volley. Those volleys with the ball coming down at that angle, so difficult to control, so difficult to get over.
With the number 11, Brandon Willett. Substitution to the number 10, Francois Celestino. And a yellow card for the team Montreal 67. Player number 11, Brandon Willett.
So a yellow card issued off camera, not sure why. Maybe something wrong with that sub. But 67 with another caution there. Bit of an opening here behind the defense for Sasquatch, walking the tightrope, stepping around one, and then another good challenge. 67 have really been solid with those challenges, going to ground to get the ball. Keeping his body between the defender and the ball. Well, that was the good part. Then the bad part is he kicks it out of play. Another foul throw. There it is. We've said that, teams in this league, they're good for 2 or 3 a match, and I think we're up to 3 now. Don't really understand why that keeps happening. Ooh. Here comes Sasquatch running it down. Goalkeeper's off his line. They couldn't do much with it, though. It would have had to be an inch-perfect chip over the keeper. Instead, they'll settle for a throw-in or... Yes, it is a throw-in, I think, coming up. Looking to switch the play. 67, get it back. On his favorite right foot. Plays it, did not get all of it actually, and he gives it away. If a goal's to come here, you'd think it would come from a turnover. Maybe something like that. Long drive from Sasquatch blocked. Now they put it out wide. Stepping around, it's opening up for them. Some space in front for the shot. Goalkeeper down to make the save. And then to keep it in play. Looks like he did. And 67 survive for the moment.
Change for the team, Sasquatch FC. With the number 19, Alex Latkowski. Substitution to the number 4. And another change with the number 16. Substitution to the number 17. Justin Caponi.
A couple of changes for Sasquatch as they usually do at the midway point of any given half. And that pass off the mark, and it's going to be back with Sasquatch, but they weren't able to keep it in. Trying for the nutmeg, but he defended it well. Keeps it in play, too. And now that one out of play. Stop-start action for the past couple of minutes. Not the best, unfortunately, the Premiership has to offer in terms of quality of play here. And that, well, it was an appropriate time to say that, as they just kick it out of play and they've conceded a corner. Our 67 able to take advantage of that change in possession. Corner going in there. Defender got onto it, thought about the volley, instead he controls it. Putting it back across, good ball. He's offside, would have been the opening goal, but he's in there offside. The flag up immediately.
Goal for the team, Montreal 67. This marks the first goal of the team.
And Sasquatch played it quickly, and the fans didn't seem to realize that it was offside. Neither did the scoreboard operator. And it remains 0-0. Would have been a close offside call, but an offside call nonetheless. Oof, and a hard foul there. Would have been a well-worked goal. Smart ball right across the box. May have actually been a shot, but in any case, it would have done the job.
Change for the team, Montreal 67. With the number 4, substitution to the number 5, Xavier Brune. And the number 27, Imran Abdulaziz. Substitution to the number 10, François Célestin. One more change to the number 14, Sylvain Emmanuel Valenzuela. Substitution to the number 32.
So a couple of changes for 67 as they look for their last push. There's a shot. It's a good one. What a goal that is. They fancy a long shot, and they've opened the scoring only a few moments after they thought they'd opened it, but it was called back for offside. It's a great free kick. Another look outside of the foot from the looks of things. An outstanding hit. As we've said, they like a long shot, and they had one right there. Tough angle to hit it in from as well. But, you know, that's one of those ones that will probably be better appreciated from behind almost, where you could see the swerve on the ball. I had a feeling that one had some swerve on it, and you have to respect a great free kick when you see one, and that was one of them. Candidate for goal of the season, perhaps. And it gives them the lead. It breaks the deadlock. Our scoreboard still, darn shame, it's wrong. Obviously, the first time the ball went in the net was offside. And even if it wasn't clear that it was offside, they didn't start in the center. But it is 1-0. And can Sasquatch reply? Looking to take it himself here, poking it on, getting it right back. He's onside. Low ball across. Somehow ends up with the keeper. But 67 take the lead. What are they going to do with it now? Still 20 minutes to go. Too much time left to really alter their formation and go all defensive. Even then, I don't think they quite should. Will Sasquatch have one or two changes up their sleeves to try to flip the script in the final, well, under 20 minutes now. Just behind the Sasquatch goal for a couple of minutes, we've seen White Eagles warming up. They're on a good run of play. Looks like their opposition are getting ready as well. Can't quite see who it is. Maybe Verdansk. Nice control, looking to open up. Shot is blocked. Sacrifices the body to keep his team ahead by 1. Now looking to turn on the Jets. Defender staying with him. He's cut inside of him, though. Thinking about the spectacular, maybe. No, instead he holds on. Doesn't really have a whole lot of options, does he? Hard challenge. Got the ball, according to the official. Tackles have been flying in this one, especially from 67. Oof, that a hard collision. Definitely a foul. Now down a goal. How will Sasquatch modify things? Will they maybe push one or two more players forward? Looks like they are here as there's a long ball into the box. Hits something on its way through. Looks like it's a corner kick, so it was off of a 67 head. As time's ticking down. Ball floated in there. Again, 67 get to it. Nothing has really come from corner kicks today for either team. Loose ball through the middle. 67 get it. And playing it out wide. They'll get the ball here for a throw-in. And there'll also be a sub coming in.
Change for the team, Montreal 67. With the number 9, Antoine Javeneux. Substitution to the number 8, Kudus Bamba.
So now they bring back on, we were talking about him earlier, number 8. Wish we knew his name, but he's quite the player, quite the creative player. Tying his shoe right now, but we'll see how he can change the match. Already making a good run down the left, but they'll keep it central for a shot right at the keeper, who easily gathers that one. Ball looking over the top, headed down, and there's that dangerous player for 67. On the ball, he'll try a shot. Not a bad one. It forces the keeper into a sprawling stop to push it around. There was a vapor trail behind that shot. Wasn't badly placed, and the keeper unable to keep it in play. Had to push it out. And of course, 67 now with the lead. They'll have the luxury of taking their time getting things restarted as they walk gingerly to the ball. And now here comes a corner for them. Put in there, wasn't a good one. Dealt with by the defense. Oh, there he is creating trouble again. Takes a tumble. Not really realistic to get a penalty there. Good touch around, looking square. There's an opportunity. Oh boy, it's a bad miss, really. Just on the outside of the 6-yard box, did not get it close to goal. And here comes Sasquatch, but that ball much too heavy. The goalkeeper's going to gather it comfortably. I wonder why their dangerous player wasn't on the field for more of the match, really. He played, I'd say, the majority of the first half, maybe 35 minutes, and now he's coming on for the final 15. Means he's only getting 50 minutes. It seems like he really changes the match unless maybe stamina's not his strong suit, and here he comes with the ball once more. He's going to run right at them there. Couple of moves, one move too many. He left the ball behind, but he gets it right back. Falls down, official not buying it. He hasn't got a call today, really. Over the top, defense has them outnumbered. Heads it forward. And it's punted all the way back to Sasquatch. Skipping around. Pushing some men off of him, and then he was outnumbered. Looks like it's actually Saballero there who are getting ready for the next match. So Saballero versus White Eagles. That'll be a fun one to call. Two teams, a lot of skill, and two teams that are in form, looking to make it into the playoffs. And advantage played here by the official, as Sasquatch still have it. Playing it square. Can they get the switch going? Trying to touch it around. And that's unlucky for Sasquatch as it's out for a goal kick. It deflected off of their player and out. "12 minutes to go. 12 minutes for Sasquatch to salvage a result out of this one. Hands on hips here. That ball pounded up the field. Goalkeeper puts it back into the midfield. Trying to head it around, but the defender kept a good position. A couple of hands there. And a foul is called. You saw that one coming. So it's a free kick, and with about 20 minutes to go, that's the difference thus far. That's the reason Montreal 67 find themselves up a goal. Looking for a result that could really jumpstart their season. Offside flags up. Player coming back from an offside position to try to play the ball. This one along the pitch. Defense picks it up. Neither team really using their goalkeeper today, playing it back to their keeper. Of course, Sasquatch wouldn't be doing that right now. They're pushing to try to get the equalizer, but even earlier in the match, neither goalkeepers really asked to field the ball with their feet. And we'll have one last sub coming in.
Change for the team Sasquatch FC. With the number 8 for Salvasi, substitution to the number 19. Alex Latowski.
a shove in the back. It was going to be Sasquatch ball, but instead it's back with 67 here. And 67 is really going to try to slow this game down in the final 10 minutes and try to cling to their 1-0 lead. Stepping inside. There's another shot. That one not as close as it looked off the foot. Taking his space here, advancing as far as he can, and he picks out a player. Well, and that last push-off did it for the referee. May have been able to get away with it, but the push-off was too much.
With the number 12, Jose Rodriguez. Substitution to the number 27, Imran Abdul Aziz.
Cutting inside. Trying a long effort. Goalkeeper mishandles it. He'll keep it in play, though. Again, 67, they can really pound them from a ways away. Not a bad effort. One-on-one here. Couple of step-overs. Creating space, plays it off. Unselfish play. Switching the point of attack. They're offside again, but good move there from 67 as they look to double their lead. Really, for them, the priority will be keeping the ball out of their net. That ball was rolling when Sasquatch played it. That one given away, but then given away once more. Both teams really struggling to keep possession in this one, struggling to string together passes. Hard fall there. And it's unfortunate because the ball was actually off his feet and then out of play. Five minutes left in this one. Do Sasquatch have an equalizer in them? Some late drama, perhaps, from Percival Molson Memorial Stadium.
Change for the team. Montreal 67. With the number 10. Substitution to the number 18. Richard Lemba. And with the number 3, Diego Rojas. Substitution to the number 16.
Sasquatch getting it, or excuse me, no, that was 67. Sasquatch will look to get the play started quickly whenever they can. Oof. Heavy collision. It will be Sasquatch ball. Trying a long shot, never made it through. It was blocked. Still loose here at the top of the box, looking to place something in. Sky high, headed down, still not clear. And now he'll be able to turn and hammer it up the pitch. Just anywhere up the pitch was going to do there, as long as it was out of their box. Now 67 starting to hang back a bit, realizing how much time is left. That's one of the things about playing in this stadium is there's 2 clocks, well I think actually 3 that are visible. There's the big one behind Sasquatch's net right now, and there's another one, I think it's about to come onto camera right there on the side of the building. There's the big one I was just talking about, and then there's another one right behind us that has the time and the score. So everyone knows exactly how much time there is left in the match. No guesswork, no, bothering the official, wondering how much time is left. 2 players bump into one another. Could that be a vital mistake? Here comes Sasquatch playing it down the line. Flag stays down, putting it across. It's out of play. This one hammered up the field. Overkicked everyone. It's touched back to the keeper. Pressure was on there, and there we go. And again, sometimes it's just those little plays, a little bit of effort, making the goalkeeper rush his clearance and forcing it out of bounds. That's going to tick a couple of other seconds off the clock. Those little effort plays as the game comes to an end will mount up to make a difference, and it may yet be the reason Montreal 67 emerge victorious in this one. What a big win this would be. Big for morale, maybe really more than, for the standings, as it may be a bit late for a late season push for them, but nonetheless, it'll be good for them to get a win. Loose ball through the midfield. Look at that burst of pace. Running at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's off his line and out of his box, actually, to block that one. Aggressive stuff. It worked out for him. He had to be careful not to handle it because he was outside of his box. 67 get it going again quickly. This one up in the air. Defender steps in front of the attacker and gets the foot to it. But right now the ball is about 80 yards away from where Sasquatch want it to be. Pass out of play. And that may just about do it. Tough one here for Sasquatch. They just weren't able to get the offense going today. Just lack that one big player who can really change the game for them. Of course, it's easier said than done finding that player, but and we're about to reach the 90. It'll be interesting to see how much time is added on. Can't imagine a whole lot, if any. Launched down the line. Flicked on. Sasquatch keep it in play. They launch it up the field, and that'll do it. And there you can see what it means to them for Montreal 67 as they pick up the 1-0 win. Thank you very much for joining us for this one. We'll see you next time.